Okay. Here we go. Happy Sunday. I'm about to play a rapid tournament. I'm open, which honestly I only found out about yesterday. This is going to be a 9-round tournament of 10-minute chess, mostly against title players. I think some untitled players qualified through like a previous tournament. So this could be a long stream. 9 rounds of 10-minute chess. Doing the math, probably will be a little bit over 3 hours. I think there will be breaks after certain rounds. Breaks after rounds 4 and 7. Let me ask for the break timer. Usually I like to put the break timer in my overlay. So games start in just over a minute. I am on a 1-minute delay. That's part of the requirement for this event. Using Proctor, so I have a second camera. Similar requirements to like Title Tuesday or 3-0 Thursday. But because the time control is longer, the delay is longer. So there's not going to be real-time interaction. I'm beginning to see the first people in chat. Hello, DeQued, first in Twitch chat. Thank you, Singapore Backgammon. Happy 66 months. Maybe I should have a delay command. Commands. Do we have a delay command? Let me add. There we go. Okay, first game. Here we go. So during games, I don't have chat open. So this will be, is that CM or GM? CM, okay. Oh, my time is ticking. So there's no increment. So still have to play quickly. Play a London opening. Yeah, Queen B6, this is a line. Queen B2, Bishop D2. I haven't checked this in a while. It's a sharper line. G6, I think, just E4. Although, E4 take. Yeah, there's some weirdness like knight E4, knight E4, Queen B4. Remember, it's okay for white. I wonder if I can just play Rook B1 here. I'm gonna try and play a bit simpler than like going into the sharp stuff. An E3 probably. Play knight F3 first. Downside of E3 is sometimes there's knight H5, but I think that's okay. I mean, maybe I could have played E4 there. Should be 2. There's also knight D2. Knight D2, knight H5, knight C4, Queen B4. Oh, I want to manage my time. And this is a very typical maneuver in such Benoni positions. But let's castle first. I don't mind getting the bishop pair. But here, D5 should be okay. Yeah, there's still knight H5. H5, bishop G5 probably. Knight C4 now. Like A4, A5. the queen's defended, so the knight's not actually pinned. Although there is some pressure. I play b3 looks unstable. There's knight b5 maybe? I could take. I think I have to take, actually. I'm calculating knight b5. I just lose a pawn. Yeah, let's take. I'm going to trade queens. Okay, here I'm thinking queen b5. There's other moves. There's queen f3. This knight h5 is a small concern. A big concern. So queen f3. Queen b5. Let's start with queen b5. This could get very positional. So take. Not super comfortable. I have to take with pawn. The knight might come to c7. Okay, I was thinking knight e2. There's also rook a1. Could get very weird. Rook a1, there's rook a5 ideas. Bishop g5. I think I do play this. I could wind up with a very strange pawn structure. Take. I'm probably slightly worse here. It's still a 3-result game, though. Expecting rook a5. Actually wondering, can I take b6? There's c4. I think I have to take. I take. Okay, this calls for calculation. Take b6, rook 8, rook a1, rook a6, king f1, take, rook b2. I'm just losing a pawn there. I have like rook e1. I have to take. Go for this. Yeah, black is better because the pawn structure is healthier. That's a question. Do I play b6 here? b6, rook 8, I take a4. Rook comes back. Wait. b6, rook 8, take a4, take a3, rook a7 is good. So b6, king f8, king f1, rook a8. Let's say king e2, rook a6, rook a1. My king gets to d2 in time. I think it's okay. I start with b6. So I'm trying to artificially isolate this pawn because there's no more b6. There's potential like king f8, e6 ideas. But the plan is simple now. Like get the king in, eventually put the rook on a1. I guess if ever e6, I can reinforce a pawn. We might end up trading like b pawn for a pawn. But by the time that happens, wait. Take here, rook a7. This is a calculation. There's rook b8. I even have this. I don't think black's quick enough. That's a good sign. c4. King f1. Wait a minute. King f1, a4, rook e1, a3. I'm going to have to get the rook back to a1. So black could actually get the pawn to a2, but then my king comes to b2. Oh, the king pawn ending is kind of weird. And the king has this path or this path. I am up a pawn, but because I have these double pawns, extra pawn isn't like super meaningful. Okay. King d3, I guess. If this and this. Not sure about this. Interesting. Wow. g5 is very strong. I might be in trouble here. To play king. King e3. Oh man. Oh, not feeling good. I mean, both our rooks are tied down, but I have the more passive rook. There's rook a4 ideas. I think we're going to see take, check, and then king e5. Yeah, this is not good. That g5 is super strong. Like, my extra pawn is not at all meaningful. I guess after the trade, there is a 3-on-2. I might just have to hope and pray, which is not the best strategy in chess. Actually, wait. Okay, so take, check, king e3, king e5, c4. So after rook c4, I have to go for this. So if takes, I always take here. If here, here, I go down a pawn. Interesting. h3. I feel like I'm going to be in zugzwang at some point. I have this move. a2 might be coming at some point. Yeah, so I have this. I'll keep in mind c4. Wow. gonna be in Zugzwang. F4. Yeah, I have to try this. There's F3. Let's try F3. Because then at least I have King F2. The pawn can't be taken. Okay. So complicated. Yeah, I'm gonna go down a pawn. I lose 3 pawns. I might win B7 though. Pawns played this well. Yeah, I'm just losing. Trying something. You never know. You never know. Yeah, there's no tricks here, unfortunately. Prevent rook B1. Tough game. What to do? Anyway, if you're just joining, that was the first game of the chess.com Open. I got pretty cleanly outplayed there, it feels like. There might be a small break, because, yeah, we didn't go the full distance in terms of time. Opponent played well. Maybe I didn't play super precise out of the opening. Might be 6. Yeah, already worse here. Instructive endgame from the black side, though. Yeah, this decision, rook 8, though, was a bit surprising. I can put the rook on A4. Okay, this is actually a really, really important moment. Rook E1's also fine, King F1's also fine, but understanding the fact the rook is just better blockading on a4. Was I scared of this? I think I was scared of this, though. Where my king doesn't get there in time. I guess this line's okay because I already won the pawn. I can probably, like, win one of these pawns. Let me see if I missed anything later in the endgame. Yeah, g5 is super strong. Yeah, I was trying to prevent the king from coming in, but looks like the best way to do that is g3, king f5, f3. And then it's hard for black to break through. Practically, this is very difficult. I had to play king e4. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this. I thought I'm still like eventually in Zugzwang. King g3. So even this works. How does this work? This is winning for white because of d6 pawn. Wow. Yeah, when I considered this line, I thought, oh, I'm going to go after these pawns, but then the king will take and then eventually be closer. But it's not about these pawns, it's about the d6 pawn and then the d5 pawn. Okay, lessons to take away. Kind of a wake-up game. There are 8 more games to go. Welcome back to AKD. Happy 78 months. Thanks to everyone who subbed earlier. Got Dude, Tessa Thompson, Patrick VF, Red Farmer. Hope everyone's doing well. We are on a 60-second delay, so yeah, the notifications don't come in real time. Let's play this. All right, let's try and rebound. Playing my main repertoire. C3. I think knight f6. I'm very early to play c3. So after knight f6, e5 does look kind of attractive for white, like take. But then I think I have queen d5. It should be okay. I'm just attacking the pawn. White is sacrificing it. Do I want to take it? It's actually a typical type of gambit in these lines. Like taking d4 and I might just hold off. I'll play bishop d7. I think we're transposing into some theory. Okay, we're transposing into the main line. I did review this recently. I think it's queen e2 or queen d1, like preparing this. G3 also playable. There's 83 players in this tournament. 84 players. I guess people can late join. I'm not sure how it works. Like, I think top 3? Actually, I should probably look at the tournament information after the game or between rounds. Okay, so queen e2, d5. So what I remember is e5, knight d7, knight f3, and then very important prophylactic move, pawn d4, preventing white from playing d4. Pretty sure I had this position on my computer yesterday, like just reviewing my opening files. There's a game from last year's St. Louis Masters. Fabiano was white against Robbie Kavlashvili. Very similar type of structure. Okay, b5. Okay, so look at positional. Question where to put the queen. Or do I take first? I feel like I had this recently too. Like queen b6. And e-pawn is so well defended. There's bishop f4. I didn't really see the point of queen c7. And the plan is to make some progress on the queen side. Like a5, a4. Considering knight a5. I guess there's knight d2. a3 didn't seem super useful for white. Like sometimes in the structure, white wants to play b4, but I think white should usually focus on the king side in these in this type of position with the pawn in e5. Okay, so a4. Attacking the base of the pawn chain. And there is the idea of, I guess, taking and then maneuvering the knight to c4. I think in those cases, like I'll have knight b6, knight d5, and like one long-term idea with this whole plan is to get the d5 square for the knight. Okay, so probably take with a rook. Potential triple up. Knight d2 happens. So this is nice. Discouraging knight c4. Okay, white wants to hurt me with this move. I think I just play rook a8. Bishop h6, bishop f8. Oh, there's knight e4. Does it do anything? It looks scary. I think I have to go for this. I don't have too many defenders on the king side, but I'm envisioning like bishop f8, king h8. Knight b4, nah. I guess this is a slightly risky way of playing. Oh, e5 is also hanging in those lines, like here, here, here. Take knight f6, king h8. Mm. There's bishop g7, take on c5. I think that's okay. e5 should hang. Oh, take on c5 right away. This is probably not okay. I blundered. Okay, I gotta fight. It's not over. I lose a pawn and the exchange. I had to be more aware of the danger there. Okay. Stay focused. Yeah, to be honest, this isn't like so bad. Actually, not sure. After knight a4, do I take the bishop? Knight b2, knight c3. Knight b2 to c4. Probably take the knight. Knights are good. This bishop's not great. Bishop d2, queen c2, rook c1. Take. Some potential knight c3. I gotta go for this. Idea knight f5. I have to use the clock as a weapon. Queen d1's coming. Like this. Queen d1. Or queen c2. Queen is so good here. So bishop b4, I have rook b8. It's very shaky though. I take. h6. d4 is hanging. See one trick. Play this. Not sure if it's even a trick, but the idea is to play knight c3. Make my opponent burn some time. If take, and then I'm forking. Really? Queen c6. Queen c6 95? I mean, this is kind of what I want. Wait, what? Oh, queen f6 is coming. Wow. I take on e5. Rook e4. Rook d5, threatening rook f5. Still fighting. That's a threat. That's annoying. So risky. Rook e6, knight d1. Targeting this pawn. h5. Defending. The knight's just staying here, pressuring the pawn. This move. Wait. Take. What's happening? I'll try it. I don't have anything. Crazy. Yeah, this is just losing. Very strange move. I'm back in it. I mean, white had this. take the bishop. I just take the bishop. Oh, what to do, what to do. Crazy game. Yeah, Rookie 1 was incredibly strong. Like, it seems like there's so many ideas to fork, but everything's just losing. But then opponent played King H1, which or King H2 instead of taking on D4. Earlier, yeah, I was not fully aware of the danger. So I have to recognize the threat and recognize that this is not a threat. And just take the pawn. Okay, tough start. What to do? No rage quitting though. And good fight so far. Unfortunately, I'm 0 out of 2. Let me update the score. 7 more rounds to go. Let's try and rebound. Yeah, the knights got clumsy towards the end there. Knights are not good against outside passers. Maybe I should have sacked on a3. Oh, I had knight c2. Okay, what to do? Moving on. Maybe I should have gone for Stafford Gambit. Okay, complicated position here. G3. Okay. I'll just play the kind of usual setup. Rook b8, b5. I used to play these positions from the white side. It's a fight. Also, played a lot of these structures back when I was playing the English opening. There's this idea c4, so takes, there's takes. But I'll start with this. I think the typical moves are either knight e8 or knight d7. Knight e8. Actually see more reason to play knight e8. Knight c7. White's building the big center. So, do we trade everything? d5, e5 doesn't look super attractive. Is White threatening to win the pawn? Actually considering bishop a6 here. Because takes. I'm threatening to win the knight. Not sure about this. Actually allowing d5. So d5, knight a7. Kind of like a Benoni structure. Low on space, but some queenside play. So the other calculation was pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. And then if bishop takes, I can then win the knight by taking the queen first. Yeah, let's take. It's interesting. Yeah, white center could be strong, could come under fire. Some idea of knight d3. Not sure where it goes from d3, but potential square. Looking at knight b5. Actually considering bishop c4 here. Then d5. Or d5, then bishop c4. There's knight d2. I'll start with this. Imagining a setup with d5, knight b5. Controlling a lot of squares on the queen side. I still go for d5. I can't play knight b5 because queen b4, but let's say after e5, I'll play knight c6. And then knight b5. Long term, this bishop needs to find a better life. Like probably e6 and then undevelop and redevelop. This actually resembles some French structure. I start with e6. Considering f5. Or knight b5. Start with knight b5. Yeah, I gotta do a better job at managing my time. The rook doesn't have too many squares. a6 or e3 or a4. With rook a6, there's queen c8. Maybe generating tactics of like taking. Don't like e6 because then g4 f5 comes. Queen d7. Trying to be flexible, like rook c8. One plan might be rook c8 and like queen d8, rook 8. Get the triple battery on the 8th rank. You usually don't think of like connected rooks as a battery, but it's a way to try and trade the rooks. So take. I'm feeling comfortable. Like these pieces aren't doing that much. They're kind of just blocked in by each other. There's knight d2. Oh, I'm probably threatening bishop e5 and then some takes on e5. So knight d2, bishop e5, rook moves, and then take. X-ray vision. E6 f4 still happens. Just preparing the double up. So white wants to trade. Bishop f8 first. I'm thinking like next move I can take and then play queen b7 and then try and invade. I've noticed my opponent's not pre-moving like the obvious recaptures, so that could be a sign that they're not going to be super fast in time trouble. Okay, some nice initiative here. E6 now. Yeah, so the bishop has some scope. Not yet threatening bishop b4. I mean, maybe rook b3 and then bishop b4. But I don't have rook b3. Bishop e2, rook c1. This bishop is finding a new home potentially on the king side. Might have to play rook b6 here. And there's knight a5. Wait, knight a5 is maybe playable, but there's queen a5, so knight e7 maybe. Okay, idea knight f5. Yeah, it's weird coordination. The pieces seem kind of scattered, but they're actually coordinating quite well. G3 could be a target. Bishop prevents G4. If queen E3, knight F5. Oh no, my bishop, but oh no, your queen. Bishop H3. I think this just makes a ton of sense. Allow the trade. And now it's a very bad bishop. I have the bishop pair. I play H5. Yeah, no rush. Still a question how to make progress. Rook A2. Maybe setting up this. Hmm. Threatening queen E2. And this looks like pure domination. Bishop b4. I don't think white has a defense to bishop takes d2. The rook can't defend. So it looks like this will be my first win. King is super safe. What to do? Is she considering taking on f4? Rook a3. White would want this stuff, but the queen controls d8. Okay. I probably could have gone in for mate, but safety first. Okay. GG. My first win. No longer in last place. 1 out of 3. Yeah, very kind of interesting fight in the middle game. White had the center. I had maybe the adventurous minor pieces. And then eventually this bishop came to life. It was in hibernation for a chunk of the game. Oh, thank you Brooms earlier for the super chat. I think that was a long time ago. Thank you Adnamert too. I do appreciate the support. Oh, yeah, I forgot to enable Twitch chat control for the scoreboard. If Josh is still here, you now have control. Also, I've dropped 161 frames. That's not too bad. I'm sorry if like maybe things lagged out at some point. I'm curious, like around here, what is my go-to plan? The D8 was maybe a little bit too fancy. Still playable though. Oh, thank you, Daniel. The super chat says Mazel Tov for the wedding. Thank you, thank you. So Engine likes black. But apparently... Oh, that's kind of funny. Top move is move back to f6. Yeah, maybe I could have been more flexible. Queen c7. Queen b6 felt a little bit awkward with the bishop on g1. So I guess we just want to play rook a8. White has no tactics. So this is a closed Sicilian. It's similar to Grand Prix because it involves f4, but Grand Prix usually involves a bishop on c4 or b5. Okay, moving on. So again, if you're just joining, this is a 9-round, 10-minute tournament. I had a slow start, losing the first 2. I won my first game, so this is round 4. 1 out of 3. Yeah, I've played this opponent before. And during games, I do not look at chat. It's one of the requirements. I am on a 60-second stream delay as well. Bishop d6. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't studied this in so much depth. I feel like I should take and then bishop d3. I guess black maybe wants to set up. Not sure how effective it is. I have 95. I sometimes do this from the black side, but it's usually when the bishop's still on c1. So, yeah, 95, 94. Yeah, let's just play quick. Castle, rook c1. Play the normal moves. And queen b3 looks very natural. In some sense, this prevents knight e4 because knight takes d5. And one plan might be to double up on the c file. Rook c2 and rook c1. I guess with queen b3, I'm kind of inviting this. Should be okay. Like if takes, black can't take back with pawn because the bishop hangs. Okay, so I'm trading a bit. Takes, knight takes. I have queen a3 there. A fancy way to maintain the bishop. Bishop e1. Considering knight a4, actually. Just to try and trade minors. Because bishop e1, knight e4 happens. I think black will take one of the minor pieces. Takes the bishop, I take back, and then b6 is attacked. And this is kind of what I wanted from the opening, just isolate queen's pawn position. Long term, this pawn could be a target. Yeah, another positional game. I'm feeling comfortable. And this bishop is not super happy. It's very hard for black to ever effectively play this. There is one small concern with the double pawns is the idea of knight g4 and then like queen h5. But it takes time for Lac to get that set up, and the knight defends, so it should be okay. I'm not sure how many times I've removed queen takes d3. It was better just to like look at the current position. Knight a4, queen a4, knight e4. Thinking the queen goes to d4. b6 is also a target. The setup is probably like rook f d1. There's an idea to play a3, bishop b1, bishop a2. And there's still the idea of doubling on the c file as well. Queen e4. Like, don't have time to take. If takes, I assume pawn takes. So I'm thinking queen d4 here. Just defending the knight, threatening to take. If b5, knight c5, and it's just positional domination. Like takes, the knights are so good. And what else can black do? Like b5 might be the only way to save the pawn. I guess there's rook e6. And rook c7. I'm still having fun. Okay, knight c5. It's my top choice. Considering knight b6 for rook c7. Yeah, let's start with this. And rook d1. F3 looks fine. F3, king f2. I just want to keep improving. And kind of a question how to configure the pieces. F4, no, F4 never works. Knight b3 comes to mind. I'm just unleashing the c file for the rook. Knight a5. Yeah, maybe it's weird to maneuver the knight to the edge of the board, but now it has access to c6. Potentially into e7. There's also this knight to c6, which might just win a pawn. So I'm threatening the fork and the pawn. I'm not seeing how black defends everything. I'm not sure what to expect here. And there's rook c7. Okay, king f8. Let's take. Yeah, which file to double up on? Black wants bishop b7. Okay, I'll play prophylactically b3. And probably rook c5. Maybe b4 is a better way to go. There's a funny line. Rook c8. Knight d4, take, take, take. Knight e6, king e7, take. I'm thinking I win a6 in the end. I think with this, just knight b4. Eventually go after a6. Yeah, it's still basically full domination. Time is good. There will be a break after this game. So I'll have some time to chill, reflect, regroup. Black wants this, so let's prevent it. There's rook d6. Not easily winning this pawn. King e7, rook 8, knight c7. Okay, here there's not knight c7. The knight's pinned. I can take. Offer the rook trade. I mean, a2 is defended. I probably want to keep rooks on the board because I have the more active rook. And now the plan is to get this knight back into play. Like c6 and then d4 or e5. And eventually make a passer. I might end up winning on time. We'll see though. Rook A, king f7. Check. Oh, there's some funny lines. Guess I don't want to allow knight c3. So let's take. Black has a choice which knight to take. I wonder if I can trap the bishop like e4? Almost. Let's start with this. Really just trying to give my opponent no fun, no active play. I'll play rook a4. I think the bishop gets stuck. King d2. And e4 and get the king to b2. Oh, there's bishop d3. I have king c1 here. Preventing bishop b1. Oh, I forgot about that. I mess up. G4. Wait, G4. G4, H4. Oh, this should be fine. Maybe not the best technique. I'm still going to win the bishop, though. Yeah, rook a4 is coming. I hold on to the pawn, which is very important. Okay, cutting off the king. Play this. Okay, got the job done. 2 out of 4. 50%. 2 wins in a row. Okay. So that was round 4. The opening was pretty solid for both of us. Like eventually with this transformation, I think it ultimately favored white. Maybe there was a better way to do it. I was happy with this queen a3 idea. Yeah, white's slightly better. And then white's much better. Okay, so let me find the timer. Bear with me one moment. Chat. Do they share the thing? Here we go. So I have to add this as a browser source. Okay. Okay, we have a 6-minute break. question about rook a4. Yeah, we're on the delay, so it might be hard to answer questions without move numbers. I think I know what moment that refers to, though. Yeah, I probably could have started with rook a4. Like, chase the bishop back. I just saw that, like, if I play this, then there's bishop d3. Okay, g4 was precise. So it worked out. Will he grow a beard? I feel like every moment in time, the beard is constantly growing. It's just not fully visible. So, I want to take this time to like understand the details of the tournament. So it's 9 rounds. And it'd be nice if they linked some more information on the tournament page here, but they don't. So let's try and find it. I guess events, chess.com open, games. Oh, top 3. Okay. So if I want to move on in this event, I have to finish top 3, which probably means I have to win the rest of my games. There's 5 more games to go. I'm currently in 42nd place. Yeah, it's a lot of coming back to do. So this event is open to non-Grandmaster title players, along with some of the players who qualified from the non-titled event, if that makes sense. So there's a few untitled players, but they earned their right to qualify. Yeah, Rosen Ave is going to be a clear favorite for the tournament. But rapid chess isn't too common amongst title players on chess.com. So sometimes their ratings aren't super reflective. Oh, Terry also here. Yeah, Terry and Rosen Ave are both like 3,100 plus. What's rating? And then, yeah, this is basically a qualifying path to the Esports World Cup. But then, let's see, can I find it? So it's the title qualifiers. There's one next week too, which I don't know if I'll be free to play in. And then, yeah, the qualifiers from these, along with Grandmasters, can play in the play-ins, which is this. Oh, so it's like, looks like only 2 players from each play-in will move on. Wait, is there a prize? Is there a prize for this tournament? I don't think so. It's only later on. Yeah, the prize for this tournament is qualifying to the play-ins, it looks like. But the main goal for this stream is to hopefully provide some instructive rapid chess. It's been up and down so far. Or down and up. It started down and then Now rebounding, kind of. Any tips on time management in rapid? It's a challenge. Did you have enough time to like take your time in critical moments? But generally, if the moment isn't critical, you should be moving quickly or quicker. Sometimes the skill to work on is identifying critical moments, which I can sometimes struggle with. Okay, moving on. I'm hiding chat. Hide the timer too. We have a queen spawn. Jobava. Trying to remember the exact theory here. Bishop e7. There's some line like queen d5, knight f6. But most people will like allow the castling in f5 plan, I think. G4. So preventing f5. Let's play this first. Generally useful to throw in. I like castle, bishop g2, knight f6. 5. Hard to go wrong with castling. Yeah, g4 is interesting. Take rook a3 is a resource. There's also bishop g5. Kind of like bishop g5. I had a game against Danya a couple years ago that featured a very similar type of position where you also play g4 early. The game is somewhere on YouTube. Queen d2 makes sense. I remember some like taking in rook a3, but take, knight f6. There's h3. I was thinking knight d5 here. There's also queen d4. Knight d5. This takes 92. I take on a2, lose e4, bishop e6. Just realizing I'm allowing this. Bishop e6, rook d1, e3, take, and then this. Then queen f2, and then take, and then take, and then fork. We might go into that. What's happening? b4 also hangs, so I could take and take on b4. If I want to be really, really safe, there's knight c7 or knight f4. Both of which should be fine. Yeah, knight f4 is a candidate move. But I should calculate e3. e3, take queen h4, queen f2, take. I think it's good. Like, white's pawns become weak. Initially, I was calculating knight takes e3, lose the queen, win back the queen. Okay, well, here I have takes and takes, and then takes. Actually, some mating attack. Bishop d5. There's knight f3. It's close. It's really close. I mean, there's takes in rook d8. I think I should just take in rook d8. Up a pawn. White's so underdeveloped. Queen defends. I was thinking e4 could be an eventual resource to restrict the knight. Oh, even rook d3. Queen f2. Queen f2, bishop d5, knight f3. Okay, queen f2, bishop d5, knight f3, take, e4. Knight moves anywhere, and then e3 wins the rook. It's nice to be ready with these like forcing lines. Let's look at queen e3. Queen e3, rook d3. There's queen e5. Okay. Wait, rook d3, queen c4. Am I mating? Queen g3, king f1. Rook d1, king e2. Rook e1, king d2. Okay, I'll win the queen. That's enough. Rook d3, queen e5. Bishop d5. Rook d3, queen e5, bishop d5, king f1, rook d1, king e2, rook e1. Okay. Just double checking. Yeah, so if queen takes c4, then it's continual checks. Might even be mate. Is it mate? The king runs here. I stopped calculating after rook c1. King b2. There's queen d2 there. Queen d2, king a3, rook a1, king b3. I'll just take the queen and mates. Like, it's not worth calculating further. And then the other line is this, 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 and then this to win the queen. Yeah, if I was Hikaru, I could like multi-pre-move probably until checkmate, but let's take it slow. Check. 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 Okay. Nice game. I got the Jobava London takedown. Yeah, the 97 line is, I think it's a nice way to play for a win against Jobava. I did play this in a recent OTB tournament too. If White's not prepared, it can get very tricky. So, I'm on a plus score, 3 out of 5. Yeah, let's check the analysis. Black is already much better after g4. Yeah, there's a move queen d5, which aims to win back the pawn and make it so f5 is not as effective, because then kingside is a bit weak. Oh, I was misremembering. I thought I was remembering knight f6. But black should castle first, allow this, and then play knight f6. Yeah, this is one of the, I think, important lines to know within this variation. It's not easy to figure out that you can sacrifice both e-pawns and then get like massive counterplay. And the reason why my opponent played g4 is, let's say they play bishop c4, normal move. I would castle, let's say 92, also normal move. Then the plan of f5, f4 is very direct and kind of annoying for white to deal with. So yeah, I sometimes play this line as white. And if I get this position as white, I like to play queen d5. Queen d4 is the top engine move, but it runs into e5, which is very tricky. Like take. How does it go? Queen h4. Actually, I don't remember studying queen h4. Provoke g3, then move back to e7. And then the rest of the game. Bishop g5 is one of the top ideas. Maybe not super precise, but yeah, this is a nice sequence to take and check. And all crumbled for white. Okay. 22nd place, 4 rounds to go. So I'm doing a Swiss gambit, sacrificing my first 2 games, trying to win the rest. Should I watch a game? Watch Terry. Terry is one of the favorites to win the whole tournament. Wow. Terry might be in trouble. So Black's up a pawn. Still has all 8 pawns. Some good control in the position. White's trying to be solid. I think I would still bet money on Terry to win this because he's so strong under time pressure. But Black has a pretty simple plan. Like Bishop c6, push the a-pawn. White's pretty restricted here. I guess you have to save the rook first. Oh, how's it going, Parmenion? Long time no see. I remember your previous name. For a moment, there's a mod in chat that I didn't immediately recognize. Yeah, if you're just joining, this is a rapid tournament, chess.com open. It's 9 rounds total. I've played 5 games so far. And yeah, there's 4 more to go. I think there's another break after round 6. More information can be found on the chess.com events page. I was showing this earlier. What is this? Oh, if I have the events page open, there's like engines running in the background. Okay. Like clear. The interface needs a lot of improvement, but should be okay. So maybe on the next break I can show the more of the event details. Yeah, it looks like Black is still better. So what happened there? Black's up a pawn still, but yeah, it's a 3-result game. It's only past pawn on the board. Rook c1. Rook c1, queen e3 maybe. d3 is weak. Also g4 is coming at some point. Looks very, very dangerous. I guess e6 is hanging. White doesn't really have time to take it. Now I could take it. g4! The swindle! White's winning. Does he have enough time to convert? Probably. Queen e4 was very tricky. Because it's Black, you're expecting this and then this. You're not expecting to lose a rook. Yeah. Black might resign. And try for a stalemate trap. Okay, some counterplay. Queen b7. Ooh. Oh, this doesn't work though. Queen g2, king g2. Okay, GG. Yeah, this is a time where like all the games should be wrapping up. Next round will be starting soon. So I'm top 30. My tie breaks probably aren't going to be so good with losing the first two games. Are their games still going? Oh, there's one game going. Okay. Okay. Let's focus. Sticking with London. I checked this recently. I had a game in this recently. Yeah, the move here is d5. Then take. No, e4 is some idea, but after d6, are there other options? Considering bishop c4, bishop e6, then knight g5. I think I just go for this. I have all my minor pieces developed. I'm looking at takes and then this. And how does black defend f7? I mean, this right away is another option. Both look good. I guess there's rook a7. Like if I play this, there's takes rook a7. So maybe I do take knight g5. And g2 hangs. I don't want to spend all my time calculating. Relying on some intuition that this should be good for white. Like rook g1. Maybe eventually castle queenside. There's also knight f7 to hit the rook. Yeah, actually, if bishop g2, I'd probably start with rook g1. And then decide, do I take with knight or bishop? h6. Well, that provokes me to take with knight. Rook h7, I take. We trade. Or d5. d5 I take and hit the rook. Yeah, knight d6 is a simple option. I probably just go for take with queen. Okay, we'll simplify. I think if black takes on g2, I'm going to have this... maybe not bishop d3. Almost have f3. f3 might be strong, actually. Let's calculate. So f3, if the bishop moves on this diagonal, I have bishop d5 to win material. If takes, I have bishop d3. Hitting the rook. Rook moves back, I take the pawn. I control the 7th rank. Knight develops. And then I check. Like if knight c6, there's check here, check here, check here, and then like win something. Let's play f3. I'm trying to show no mercy. Oh, I just had bishop g8. That would have been probably simpler. Get bishop c6. So I still have bishop g8. Forgot to consider that. But I also have this. Let's play this. And then take. Wait, has a king moved? Black can still castle queenside? Black can still castle queenside. But it gets mated instantly with bishop. Or no, it doesn't. There's bishop e7. I'm debating between like king e2 or castling. Just king e2. Black is so restricted. And I'll decide whether I want to put the rook on d1 or g1. Yeah, castle bishop a6, bishop e7. White's up 3 pawns. I'm actually winning another pawn. I can take bishop e7. Oh, maybe I'm not. There's rook g8. I was thinking rook e8 I take here. So I do win another pawn. Hitting the knight. Okay, let's keep winning pawns. When life gives you free food, you eat it. Can I win another pawn? There's only one pawn left to win. Let's activate this rook. Not lose the bishop. Extra solid. b3. Oh, black wants to win pawns. Am I losing that pawn? I think I am. Oops. Good thing I have a bunch of backup pawns. Yeah, let's just go after the knight. I'm losing 2 pawns. Oh no. How many pawns was I up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I was up 5 pawns. The good thing about being up 5 pawns is that when you lose a pawn, you're still up 4 pawns. I'm probably gonna win something here. E5. Trapping the rook. E6 is coming. Okay. All right, pretty convincing game. Got some nice London action. Nom nom nom. Okay, 4 out of 6. Yeah, there's some line. I think like bishop b7. There's some very interesting engine idea. No, bishop b7, there's knight b5. Maybe there's a6 here, take, take. I think in this position, the engine wants to play e4. No, because there's knight c7. What am I thinking about? Oh, it's here after b5. So when black doesn't take, then e4 is a move. Allowing b4, and then you just leave the pawn hanging. And if they take, then you get like good compensation. And then after bishop e7, you still leave the pawn hanging. You play, no, apparently you play queen e2. Oh, maybe bishop e7 here and then bishop e2. I'm still saying queen e2. Okay. Yeah, there's some like counterintuitive lines here that I haven't checked in a while. And what happened this game, I think, was pretty crushing. Yeah, winning position within the first like 10 moves. Maybe there were better ways to convert, but I mean, being up 5 pawns is enough. So 4 wins in a row, a streaky tournament. Try and keep the streak coming. I guess we can watch a game. Watch the tournament leader. Having some lag here. Watch Rosen Ave. Oh, the 2 perfect scores. Wow. Black appears to be much worse, down a piece. Ouch. Okay, some counterattack. Probably not going to be enough. Oh, thank you, Melchior, gifting a sub to Parmenion. Thank you, thank you. Again, we are on a 60-second stream delay, so it's a bit tough to interact with chat in real time. I think we're due for another break too, right? Like after round 6. So I get an even longer break for winning that previous game quickly. Oh, after round 7. Okay. So after the next game, there's a break. I still get some break here. I'm gonna actually take a break myself and get some coconut water. I've been drinking normal water. You like coconut water though. So I'll be back. Should we keep watching this game? I'll leave it on this game. Okay, BRB. Okay. Game is still going. White still have a piece for a pawn. So there's 3 more rounds to go. Yeah, tournament's heating up. Wow, this game's heating up. Black has counterplay. G5? Are we gonna see a swindle? I think G5 is actually self-destructive. The problem for black, this knight is gonna be a monster from E5. So there's maybe some mathematical chance that I can at least tie for top 3. My tie breaks are not good though. Like, it's the lowest out of all the 4-pointers. The downside of the Swiss Gambit. Yeah, white's keeping the time advantage, forcing the rook trade. You know, we play queen b5 here, buying the f1 square. Like, eventually as black, I'd want to run out of legal pawn moves and then set up some stalemate stuff. I don't think that's feasible though. And no more checks. Queen's ready to invade. Yeah, the king is being sheltered from behind. Like queen here, eventually h3. Check, check. Okay, just resignation. So it looks like there's only one perfect score, right? Or is that player, wait. Why is that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I had to scroll up. So one perfect score, a bunch of 5-pointers. So I'm tied for 10th. Oh, Terry's still playing. Looks like he's winning. Close my tabs. Okay, next round will be starting soon. There's a question, is a stream delay because of chess.com or to avoid stream sniping? It's part of the rules. Actually, it was not written in the rules. Like I read the regulations for this tournament. It said no delays required. But then I asked to verify before I went live. Because usually there is a delay required for events like this. And then they said the regulations were wrong. So it was good I checked, because if I went live with no delay and then had to put a delay like midway through, it would mess up the whole stream. So, are there any games still going? Also, there's a lot of lag with the interface. Ugh. I tried closing all my tabs, but it doesn't always help. 2 games going. Okay. Next game starting soon. Here we go. I feel like I played this player recently. Moving meats, okay. I'm debating if I want to play a London. I think I do. We'll see how useful A3 is included. Yeah, it's kind of reverse. I guess, yeah, this could be useful in these lines. Is it though? B5. So we don't actually have, or B4, I should say. I don't have this because of this. Unless I do, I'll sack the pawn. Just play E3. Just A6. A6 bishop B7. Considering A5, A5, B5, 97, A4, C6. Let's try it. There's C4. We're getting something fresh, which I don't mind. It still resembles some kind of London. Wow, so sacking the pawn? Take it? There's some E4 idea. I'll accept. Bishop g6. Oh, white wins back the pawn. Unless I have takes and bishop d7? It gets weird. Take with queen too. Hmm. Let's play this. Let's go takes, c4, queen e6 check, bishop e2. I don't think this works. It's interesting though. Like take and then take and then take. I guess there's knight d4 in that line. And knight is very awkward on b5. So if takes c4, queen e6, bishop e2, I'd probably just retreat the knight. A little bit slow to develop. I want to consider bishop d3 takes. I'm not seeing a follow-up. It's a question where to put the knight. d6 is more centralized. c5, knight f5. It's awkward. The cost for being up a pawn. I think just queen. Oh, queen d7, knight e5. Pieces are getting them in the way of each other. Maybe queen c8. Queen c8, c5. Very, very strange. Well, this is some concern. c5, knight f5, g4. Oh, no, g4 is off limits. Okay, so it should be okay. My plan is e6, bishop e7, castle. I'd probably just allow the trade. Yeah, the ball is in white's court. Okay, that's something. Guess white is threatening to trap the bishop. Wow. Cool idea. Not easy to deal with. Because my options are like h6, h5, or allow the bishop to be trapped. It's pretty crazy that white can castle and still go for this. Knight d7 doesn't do much. It's knight d7, there's no f6 doesn't work. Incredibly strong move. Yeah, I think I'd have to play h6. Like take. Do I put the pawn in h5? And other knight comes e5. Wait, so h6 take. I have 3 bishop e7, knight e5. You have knight f7 first. It's not pretty. I'm still up a pawn, though. Yeah, knight of 3, knight of 7 to discourage knight e5. And there's still knight e5, take. But maybe that's what I want. It just feels kind of slow. Bishop e7, knight e5. And I can't defend, so let's play this. It is worth asking, like, do I want a castle queenside? Probably not, though. Bishop e7. So bishop d3, there's g5. Bishop g6 might be coming. Yeah, it's not pretty. Maybe I should have played g5 sooner. Not sure. G4 here. G4, knight d4, take. To play king f8. That's not pretty. Oh, this is not good at all. Rook e1. Getting overpowered. Is there 94, but then takes. So 96, king g8. Try and just have some life. Queen b8. Every move feels like a punch in the face. Yeah, there's 96, knight g7. I have queen f8. Not good. Rough game. Wait, did I have queen d6 earlier? No, I didn't. Queen was on c8. So knight e6, queen d6. There's c5 coming. Oh, there's takes and takes on g4. I'll try and resist as much as possible. That's not good. Everything's crumbling. Okay. Well played. Attack came in strong. All starting with h4. Like what to do. Like found very strong source of counterplay. Black is much worse here. I took on b5. Yeah, it's a good pawn sacrifice for white. Yeah, I took thinking that, okay, white is still not super fast to develop. And it's an easy plan. But h4 was good find, and I don't think I had any chance. There's one thing I wanted to check g5 in this position, but it's still not good. Okay. GG, what to do? My win streak has come to an end. My chances of qualifying have also probably come to an end. I'll still probably play the last 2 games. 2 more rounds to go. We do have a break, I think. Watch the sole perfect score. 2700 plus is a pretty high rapid rating. At first glance, it looks like white's in good shape. King is overworked. Yeah, there could be a big tie after this round if white wins. So white's up 2 pawns. Thank you, Anvil's Arc. Happy 17 months. Okay, black is still trying to resist. Good bishop, isolated pawn. And white has the passer potential on the queen side. Yeah, white wants to trade queens. Queen e3 probably coming. Or take another free pawn. Okay, don't get mated. Oh, it's tricky because g3, queen e4. Bishop f1 gives a4. Or d3, nice move. You'd want to do tactics like bishop g2 and... But there's rook g3. And now this. Queen c2 hitting these. So we will have another 6-minute break once all the games are finished for this round. Black is still resisting. Like, the king is naked, but it takes work. Queen g3, king h7. There's no queen g7 because rook takes g7. Queen h4. Eventually white's going to have some sequence to either mate or win material. Yeah, nice move. Trade queens, rook g6. Or is there a mate? As black, I would look to try and trade rooks and set up the stalemate trap. Don't play queen f6. Oh. Well, queen f6 was played in a better moment. Okay. Watch some final games. Time scrambles. Okay. Let me get the break timer. Just under 6 minutes. There's a question about 9 knight a7. Apparently I should have played knight a7. Let's see. Move 9. Oh, here. Yeah, I did not consider knight a7. It's already like not great for black. Like, knight a7 is a top engine move. But probably earlier is improvement. Maybe reverse London isn't good against a3 on move 1. It's not something I've analyzed. And maybe I should play a bit slower. G6 might be a better option. Engine likes e5. Yeah, maybe we transpose into some like king's pawn with a3 or English. Okay. Question about move 26, queen f4. Oh. Wait. Queen f4, knight takes f4. Oh, thank you, Parts People, with the raid earlier. Yeah, apologies if I missed like notifications, like super chats, subs, raids. I try and acknowledge them at some point. There's a question from James Ruga. Will you be doing more speedruns after the current one? You could consider doing a blitz one, perhaps 3-0. I do plan to do another speed run after the tricks and trap speed run. Probably due for several more episodes of the tricks and trap speed run. The next one I think will be more opening repertoire focused. And I think I'll keep it at 10 minutes. 10 minutes is kind of the sweet spot for being able to explain and be instructive. I think I already play enough 3-0 with Title Tuesdays, the 3-0 Thursdays. Because Tuesdays are 5-0 now. But 3-0 I just play kind of naturally. Super chat from Rooms. Eric, I remember you saying you went through a phase of playing the Schliemann against the Spanish. Do you have any resources you can recommend? The Schliemann. I remember when I learned the Schliemann, there was an old video guide by Boris Alterman. It was like the Boris Alterman Gambit Guide. I'm not sure if that's still available anywhere, but yeah, I actually don't know like the best resource to learn the Schliemann specifically. Schliemann is the Spanish with F5. There might be books or courses out there, but none that I'm familiar with. Yeah, if you're gonna perhaps build a repertoire around this as black, then you should be prepared for the different branches. I think the main moves are d3, d4, knight c3, and bishop takes c6. The very first trap to learn in the Schliemann is if white plays d4, which looks scary. Very often black will win a pawn pretty cleanly with takes. 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 You're not scared of queen h5 because there's always, in this case, there's knight g6. And in this position, black wins a pawn after c6, hitting the bishop and preparing queen a5 to win the e5 pawn. The very first time I encountered the Schliemann in a tournament, I walked into this. I think I played bishop c4 and I just got crushed. Like d5 happened and black had a huge center. I think d3 might be the most common move. And then, like, very often you'll play this with, like, castling and eventually attacking on the king side because you have the half-open f-file. Knight c3. Against knight c3, there's two lines. There's, I think, take and then either knight f6 or d5. I remember learning knight f6. It's been a while since I looked at the theory, though. Okay, moving on. Next game. I'm white. Oh, let's stick with my bread and butter. I've been sticking with London, but I feel like every time I play London, we get like a different line, different type of position, a lot of different structures that can emerge. Oh no, my bishop. Yeah, e6 is, I think, the best move. So I have to play bishop g3. I covered this piece sack line in a recent tournament recap. It was a final recap from the St. Louis Masters. To be honest, I'm kind of on my own here. Rook c1 comes to mind. Keeping tension. There's takes and develop. Let's play rook c1. Take, take, take. Yeah, my opponent seems prepared. Let's take with knight. Wow. Bishop e2. Knight f4 I have to take. I could castle, actually. Castle, allow, takes, takes. It's a question which bishop I want to keep. I think this makes slightly more sense. Leave it to black to trade. Then I can activate the queen. Okay, keeping tension. Thinking rook e1. If I get the chance, I might want to just put the bishop on f1. So this might be black's last chance to get the bishop pair. Take with queen. Okay, black has a bishop pair. I feel like I have decent development, decent harmony. Safe king. c5 comes to mind. Taking is also a consideration. As bishop's annoying. What to do? Rook c3. Rook c3, then take with knight. Let's start with rook c3. It's giving me similar vibes to the round 8 game I played from the St. Louis Masters. It was a recent over-the-board classical tournament that I recapped on YouTube. But it featured a similar structure, like after c5, which I think I'll go for. Closing things down a little bit. It does make black's plan very clear of e5, but it's not playable just yet, I don't think. Knight f3. There's also b4 here. There's b4, a6. Kind of want to play f4. Looks bad positionally, but also good positionally. f4, queen c7. I'm gonna play f4. I think this makes it easier for me to play. Because now the bishop's cut out. I restrict black's main plan. I prepare the triple up. The main downside is bishop is just a big pawn. Eventually I'd like to play this or this. But for now, it does serve a purpose in defending the pawn. I guess another plan is rook e3, queen g4. And the queen could maybe tickle the bishop. And if it moves back, then I do this. Wow. Really? Take? Don't fully understand. I played f4 to prevent e5. Black plays it anyway. And we're going to see this move. I take here. I guess in that line I have rook h3. It's a good sign my opponent's like not moving here because clearly they missed something. Next move is knight f3, reinforce e5. I'm not scared of these moves. Actually, my next move is either knight f3 or rook h3. If there's no immediate threat. Is there bishop b5? Take. Take rook e7. Just knight f3. Okay. Fantasizing about like h3, g4 to trap the queen. Hmm. Gotta keep the pace. So I'm looking at rook e8, g4, queen takes h3, knight h2. And the queen's trapped? Some really nice coordination there, if that actually works. g4. I mean, black has to take. I play this. The queen's trapped. Is there rook e5? Just take back. Let's do it. Yeah, pretty unusual type of queen trap. Like discovered attack from a distance. So it's queen for rook. g5 looks nice. Preparing this. Rook f1. Let's be solid. Bishop e5 doesn't hurt me. Yeah, bishop e5, I just go for the kill. Defending and attacking. Calculating knight g4. Bishop f6. Let's play this. Yeah, okay. Almost missed queen g7, but opponent resigns before I could actually play it. Okay, 5 points out of 8. One more game to go. Uh-oh, encoding overloaded. I'm sorry if the stream is like lagging or something. Sometimes this happens. Maybe because we're on a longer delay. Also with Proctor, it sometimes overloads the system. So, one more game. Yeah, this game, I could explain the opening a little bit. So, the bishop is poisonous. Not good for black to take because there is some nice lines after takes. Attack the queen and then knight g5, hitting this and this. So e6, I think, is the best move. Engine says close to equal. Okay, I should actually know what to do here. The bishop g3 is fine. Rook c1 also fine. Yeah, I felt like my opponent was prepared. Bishop h6. Apparently this is all, yeah, very playable. Castling. Engine still slightly prefers white. Oh, I missed this idea. Take bishop c7. Some nice initiative. I was happy with f4. I was even happier when black played e5. And then the queen trap was pretty elegant. G4. Because yeah, h3, it seems like I'm not actually threatening to play g4, but I am. Okay. Nice game. Okay, looks like stream is fine. That's good to hear. So one more game to go. Just closing my tabs. Oh, Terry against... first I thought it was Reza, but... So Terry has 5.5. Oh, Reza's also playing. Interesting. Yeah, 5 out of 8 is not going to cut it. I'll try and finish strong, though. Let's see if I can maybe squeak my way into the top 10. It's squeak or sneak? Maybe sneak is a better word. So if Reza wins, then he'll be in clear first, potentially. Also depends on the other game. Looking good for white. And it's rook for knight and 2 pawns. But white has activity. There's this plan. Actually, this is a big threat. Because the way that you stop rook b8 is king h7, but then you hang f7. So I guess black wants to play knight f8. Maybe you can start with bishop h5 here, ensuring the knight's kind of pinned. I think we're going to see knight f8. Oh, but then the queen is trapped. Ooh. Yeah, the queen, white queen and white rook work beautifully together. So black is losing f7. It's still a fight though. And black has these pawns. Connect 4. White does not take on f7. I like bishop h5. A good practical move. Oh, thank you, Haldian. First time chat says, hope you're doing well. I've learned a lot from your videos. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you're just joining, we are on a 1-minute stream delay. I'm playing in a 9-round Swiss tournament. It's 10-minute chess. For title players, it's the chess.com Open. And yeah, only the top 3 move on to the play-in phase, which I'm not going to finish top 3 this tournament, but my main goal, as usual, is to provide some hopefully interesting, instructive chess. Oh, nice finish. Sacrificing the rook and would lead to mate. Okay, so Terry is still playing. This game could go either way. Materials equal. White's pressing because black has these double pawns. So 3-on-2 doesn't mean that much. And white has a 4-on-3. I think in a classical game between 2 GMs, this would be most likely to be a draw, but oh, g4. White's still pressing. Outside passer. The issue might become, how does white make progress? Because the king and rook are tied down to e4. Oh, but g4 is hanging. Okay, this should be winning for white. This might be the last game of the round. One of the last. Okay, this is the last game. Oh no, black's time. White's time. Wow. I think there was some lag with the clocks there. Alright, final round. Starting now. Oh, thank you, Haldian. Subbing a tier 1. Says, you're welcome. I'm still a 500 elo scrub, but the goal is 1,000 by the end of the year. Nice. Well, best of luck. Okay, Chad is hidden now. Focus. Playing against an English. Let's play this one at d4. I have an interesting sideline. Depending what white does. b4 I'm not happy to see. Yeah, with b4, I actually don't remember the theory here. The a5. Let's play a5. Considering h5, even g5. Do I have fun? There's nothing to lose. Let's go for g5. This is an idea in other types of positions where you try and punish a knight coming to f3. And I prepare the fianchetto. Yeah, this could be a problem. I play c5, en passant, then take. Let's do it. Okay, so g4. And g4, h5. I might have time, though. Let's start with this. Knight g6. I want to play this and not allow this. Bishop comes to a3. I feel like this is going to be unstable. Castle. I should just castle. I'll probably go for this plan. Oh no, now g4. e4, 91, e5. I'm taking time because it's just not a comfortable structure. e5. Let's start with e5. I want to complete queenside development. Make this bishop happy. Bishop f5. Bishop f5, knight d2. Queen c8. I mean, the dream setup is this. I don't think I'm in time. Oh, knight d2 hangs this pawn, though. Yeah, this. c5 might happen. I think that I'm okay with. Like c5, rook c8. Okay, it's interesting. You Aussie chess noob, appreciate the raid. Yeah, the plan is to eventually do things on the king side. Okay, that gives me time. Have this. Yeah, it's nice getting the rook off the diagonal, so now b6 can be played safely. I do allow bishop c6, but that should be okay. So this was my ideal setup. I guess knight c5 with some bishop a3 stuff. Combined with knight e4. Let's start with rook e8. Maybe the bishop belongs on f8. into b4. Yeah, bishop f8 is my top candidate move here. I'm envisioning takes and then knight e6 and really control the square. There's this move. Might move back. It's very positional. Have to watch out for this stuff. I wonder if I can take. The thing is, most of my pawns are on dark squares, so the bishop is actually quite valuable. I have to play this. Yeah, this is probably coming. It's tempting to like sack at some point. I might play queen c8 and then sack. Am I scared of c5? c5 take. I'm gonna play queen c8. Not making my life easy. I think bishop e6. 94. At least there's some f5 potential. I can't sack. Rook e6. So unpinning the knight to ensure that after this I can take with knight. Maybe some rook f6 idea. Also some idea to sack. Probably not as strong to do it in this case. Then the rooks get traded. A very complicated position. I was going to say I might be threatening to take. So much pressure now. I might have to sack. I take. Problem is, if I take with knight, my queen gets attacked. I take with pawn. a5 hangs. Rook f6. I might just have to give a5. Oh, he's gonna have two connected passers. I have this move. Idea 96. This feels super unstable. Wow. What a move. Of knight b8. Bishop d3. That doesn't work. Considering rook e6. I think I just take though. Hope for the best. Ugh. Rook f5. I'm in trouble. Taking G7 maybe. Maybe 6. Take. This looks so risky. What am I threatening even? Not threatening this because bishop d7. Might be threatening to take. Knight f6. Queen b3. Material is technically equal. But my pieces are not good. Hmm. Knight e6. Doesn't work. Have no time. Take. Given the time situation, I feel like this is my last chance. There's queen c4. Yeah. Good game, good game. I had some hope around here. Like when I played Bishop F5, I initially saw the threat of this and this, but then unfortunately, yeah, Queen C4, I think is the only move for white to defend. I guess there's Queen B4 too. Preparing this. Okay, congrats to top 3. Yeah, it's already losing there. I have any chance? Very interesting game. I mean, I play G5. I'm trying to have fun, but I feel like I got an interesting position. Maybe not objectively good position. Best move E5. Yeah, black is just clearly worse. Good Benoni structure for white. Opponent played well. And even once I got my ideal setup, like white just has more active play. It was complicated here, but the bad kind of complicated for black. Trying to be practical. I wanted to set up like sneaky checkmating ideas, but they don't work. Okay. Wait, question about queen. Did I have queen F1? I don't think I had queen F1. Maybe referring to a different line. Okay, well, that's the tournament. I finished with 5 out of 9. A lot of interesting fights, a lot of games to analyze. Hope people enjoyed the chess. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks everyone who gave their support, good energy in chats. I'll be back in the future. I'll be back for Title Tuesday. This Tuesday, 11 a.m. US Central Time. Okay. Yeah, thanks again.